Hey family, welcome back to my channel, Reviewing with me, Melissa, where we talk about reviewing products and we test it out together, etc. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to the family and please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video and you like the content, please give me a thumbs up and leave your comment down below. So what am I going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about the top 10 newborn essentials. Okay, so I know there's some of you that are preparing, getting ready for your lovely little one that's on their way at the moment. So I just thought this might be helpful. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So we're going to be talking about the newborn products that I found helpful. Okay, in my case, which I think might be very, very helpful for you guys to get them. So the first thing I've got here is a baby nest. So I got a Sleep Deluxe. I think other people call it a different name, but in the UK, it's a Sleep Deluxe, and I'll put a picture just up there. A lot of time ago, people used to get like a Moses basket or a crib and put it in the lounge, but because sometimes you've got very limited space and you don't want to crowd your living room or your lounge or whatever with with baby stuff, because by the time you put the toys and the swing and all of that, honey, all the space is going to be gone. So I've seen the baby nest or the Sleep Deluxe have become quite common. It's as if a lot of people are buying them now. I got mine off Amazon as a gift, so it was part of my my gift list for the baby, so it was quite handy. I was so excited when I saw it. It looks really nice. They're different colors, so they've got different colors. It's up to what you like. I think I had put the white one, but because everybody wants the white baby nest or the white Sleep Deluxe with the lovely gold writing on the side, it quickly went out of stock before I could get it. So I ended up getting the crisscross one, which is fine. It's a different color. I still love it. So we started putting our son in there. I think as soon as he was born, I'll put him in there when we're sitting in the lounge, if you're watching TV, or even now he still uses it. When I'm on my laptop and I'm doing my work, and then I can just pop him in there when he sleeps, and that way it gives him this nice little cocoon feeling, as if he's actually in someone's arms, because baby don't like a big space. It makes them feel unsafe, as if you're far away, but when they're in that nice little tiny space, just like the baby nest, it makes them feel safe. There are different ones. I think there are some knockoffs that you can get out there. I'm not sure. I had done a bit of some reading into them, etc., but the heart wants what it wants. So I just wanted that. So I just ended up putting that on the list, and guess what? Yes, God came through. My mother-in-law bought it for me, and I was super, super excited. So the thing is, I didn't say, oh, can you buy me that? I just put some of those things by faith, because some of these things, baby stuff, sometimes the stuff is not really that cheap sometimes. I mean, so if you're thinking, well, for me, I could be doing A, B, and C without money, but hey, I was just like, you know what, God, if I'm meant to have it, then I know you blessed me with it. And my mother-in-law just called me and said, okay, I'm gonna get this and that, and one of the items was actually the Sleep Deluxe. I was super, super excited. So if you are in the process of creating your baby wish list, then just put it on there. People don't have to buy if they don't want to. I mean, it's up to them. So what you can do, just put everything that you want, that you really, really want, instead of buying a knockoff just because and then end up not liking it. I'm one of those people. If I just settle and then I end up not liking it, I'm just complaining all the time. But I would rather just get what I want, and then, you know, we'll figure it out. So obviously you're gonna need some blankets, whether you're in the house or you're going to be out and about. I know there's COVID at the moment, there's a lot of these restrictions, so you might not even be going out a lot anyway. But just in case you're in the car, so you're going for hospital appointments, or you're in the house, or maybe he's sleeping. My baby likes his blanket, so when he's about to sleep, he just likes the feeling of having a blanket on top of him to just kind of let him know that he's about to sleep, and then he sleeps. So we bought a few blankets. I got mine from, because it was you know, we were in lockdown at that time, so I couldn't really do much shopping, and I really wanted to feel what some of these things felt like. So I just got mine from Tesco's, really, and they're great quality. You can still find them on Amazon. I'll just put the link in the description box for you guys, and you can just click that link and you can either put it on your gift list or you can buy it yourself. Let's move on to a feeding pillow. That thing is awesome. I think I've got mine here. So this one is mine. I've got mine off Amazon. This is dope. This is the bomb. So my son went through a phase where he didn't want to sleep, to lay flat when he's sleeping, and he'll sleep on this thing. So when he's now in a deep sleep moving, and then he'll wake up again. So it made him feel like I was holding him, because it's slightly inclined, and I'll put him on the side as if I'm actually holding him in my arms. And also when you've got little children, so my two girls also wanted to be involved with the baby and help out, so I'll just put this thing here on there around them, and then they can just, you know, put the baby here just like that, and then the baby will be laying on there. So that way it kind of shifts the weight, and, you know, them trying to juggle and, you know, hold the baby, etc. So this has been really good. It's really good for tummy time, even the baby nest as well. Like the edges, they're really good for tummy time. My son prefers tummy time on this pillow because it's really nice and soft, and it's really high up, you know. So this is good even for breastfeeding. When you just came out of the hospital, when you just come out of the hospital, the last thing you want to do is to hurt your back. Especially for me, I had an epidural. So that's a long story. I had an epidural, and I had to be very careful with my back. So obviously when you put the baby here, and, you know, your baby just sleeps on top, and then you just, you know, feeding, even if you're bottle feeding as well, because sometimes when you arch your back, it can make you worse. So you can actually use this to feed the baby. So this has got many great uses, and this is, I think, one of my absolute favorites, because I still use it, and I've used it the most to hold the baby, to support him now that he's starting to sit. Although he's got something similar to this for sitting that one of my friends gave me as a gift, but still, this is one of the, you know, top 3 things that are my favorite. Okay, we'll move on to the bottles. Yeah, so you're going to need some bottles. I will do a separate video on bottle reviews. I'm using the Komotomo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I mean, some say Komotomo, some say Komotomo. I'm just gonna say how I read it, how I've seen it. The Komotomo bottles. So I don't have one, but I'll put a picture at the top there. So those have been good, especially I am doing combined feeding, because breastfeeding is a lot of work. It is a lot of work, it's a lot of struggle, so it can kind of, and your milk sometimes doesn't really come out the first few days, so it kind of gave me a head start. It gave us both a head start with feeding him and stuff, and I'll be really tired, so that means my husband can help out to make the milk and can feed him. And also I was ready to be independent. I was ready to go out and meet my friends and have me time. So I was just like, okay, if I do the combined feeding, at least I can always, you know, leave the boys together and hang out, and I can always go, whether it's shopping or it's school run or whatever it is. It allows me to still go out and do what I need to do whilst the baby's still being fed with the dad. And also the kids, it allows the kids to bond, so the kids can also, you know, feed the baby as well. But that's a story for another day. So you're going to need yourself some bottles, and I'll share with you what is it that you need to look out for when you're trying to pick your bottles for your baby. There's just so much that's being made out there, but for me, the Komotomo were the best bottles out there, and I just thought I'll get that, especially if you're doing combined feeding from best to the bottle. And he latched on properly anyway. But anyway, you're going to need, if you plan to bottle feed at some point, you're going to need some cleaning equipment. So you're going to need a brush, you're going to need some sterilizing equipment. So we went for the container that you put cold water, and you put the sterilizing tablet or liquid, and then you put your bottles in there, so it just stays in there for 24 hours on the side in the kitchen, and then you just wash your bottles and you put them in there. It's okay. I mean, it was affordable. It was just £20. So yeah, I wasn't going to break my bank for something like that. Although if you want, you can still go for the microwavable ones. I just didn't want the massive things filling my kitchen and all of that kind of stuff. But that works out for us anyway. I'm not having to put the microwave on all the time or etc. Because I know that some of the brands of the microwave sterilizers might not even fit in your microwave, so just be careful when you're getting these items as well, because just check the measurements if it's going to fit in your microwave, because the last thing you need is buy something that's not going to fit. So yeah, just be careful. So I also use the bottle, is it the Nook? Yeah, the Nook or Nuck in UK bottle washing liquid. So I rarely use the fairy liquid to wash my baby's bottle because it's quite soapy and there can be residue, etc. But I use the one specifically for baby bottles, and we get the sterilizing tablet. That's way it's easier. You're going to need, so depending on where you live, you see that babies can sneeze a lot. They've got, because their nostrils are quite sensitive, all of their senses are quite sensitive. So I ended up getting an air purifier. So it's just to make the room smell fresh, or you know, if there's any dust or any pollens or anything that might cause your baby to sneeze or give him some sort of reaction, you can always get an air purifier. For us it works out because of where we are located. So yeah, you could consider getting that, and also a night light. Yes, a night light. So this is our night light. I got it from Aldi, and as you can see, it changes color at night, which helps with sleeping. And I cannot stress enough how much a night light is important. When your baby wakes up and he does a doo-doo in the middle of the night, the last thing you want is to turn the lamp on or the lights on and get him to and wake everybody up, or you know, get him fully awake. The night light allows you to do what you need to do and just keep that environment nice and subtle and sleepy. So when you change the baby, you're still able to go back to sleep, because I don't want to get too technical about this, but there's something about how the light gets into your eyes and it can make you awake. That's why they're creating something that's called blue light now on your phones, or night light on your phones, to allow you to switch off, because the light somehow tends to get your brain to work or to be overactive and stuff. That's why they say that a lot of people who stay on their phones till late at night, they don't sleep well, etc., because your mind is used to the light. It's like a body clock kind of thing, that when it's night, when there's light, and then it's time for activity, that sort of thing. So that's why you need the night light that provides that, you know, feeling in the room that even yourself, you're still able to go back to sleep. So please get yourself a night light. Mine was just $14.99 from Aldi. You can get some on Amazon. There's loads of them. The next thing I'm going to tell that I found helpful as of lately is a thermometer. So I've got this Grow Baby. So yeah, it's currently hot in here. Why has this been essential? So this also works as a night light. Okay, so I usually have both of them on. So what you do is just you press it here to turn it on, or you can press it again to turn it off. So I keep this on, both of them, you know, so for a bit of a just a little bit. But I've realized that sometimes I feel really cold and I'm like freezing, but the temperature is like 25 degrees in this room, but I'm really cold. So it allows me to know or to see or identify if the environment is good for my baby, because sometimes it's like a bit too hot and I'm cold, so I can, you know, figure out whether it's me or it's the actual room. So I don't know what's going on with my body. I actually need to you know, to research into that. But I just feel really cold all the time, so I need the heating on full time. But then maybe for the baby it might actually be very hot, so that way if I see getting to 25, and then I know I have to turn it down and wrap myself up. Okay, moving on to the next thing, a bag. You're going to need a bag for your baby, a diaper bag. I got mine again from my Amazon gift list, and it's easy to navigate through. You just make your list, you send it to people. Once someone buys an item from there, it just ticks it off, so you can keep track of what's going on. So yeah, a diaper bag, especially in this time, it's up to you really if you want to get yourself a really fancy one, but I don't think a lot of people are going to see anyway because we're in lockdown most of the time, you know. You're just going where you need to go to and come back. So if you like your fancy items, it's fine, but mine, it does the job. And besides, my pram came with its own bag, so I've got 2 bags now, which obviously I'm not using the other one because I'm not out as much, you know, because of the restrictions. We're just inside, so I just use it really to just keep the baby stuff, and you know, when I'm going for appointments or when I'm going for a school run, just in case I need to stop and change him quickly. Other than that, I don't have any plans of going anywhere with him because obviously of what's going on, so I'm trying to keep him indoors as much as I can. Okay, we'll move on to nappies and wipes. You're going to be needing wipes, loads and loads of them. You can just buy a few of the newborn, a few of the size ones, but if you could just start stocking up from size 2. My son, he's just 3 months now and he's on size 2. That way they just don't fill up so you know, easily, because when he was on the size 1s, in 10 minutes or in 5 minutes it's already full. And that, I don't know, I don't want to speak of something I'm not sure of, but I hope it's not a marketing thing whereby they make, you know, small nappies so that you use them up quickly and then you buy more. So I was just like, you know, I'm tired of changing maybe like every 5 to 10 minutes, especially, you know, babies drink a lot. My son drinks a lot of milk, and I was just like, wow, we're going through a lot of nappies right now. Let me buy a bigger size, so that way I'm not having to change him every 10 minutes. At least, you know, it can pull an hour. When he's sleeping, I'm not having to wake him up, because you don't want the nappy to be intact with the skin for a very long time, because obviously the nappy is wet, it's got urine, and urine, it's got, you know, some stuff in there. That's why it's urine. So you can imagine that stuff just sitting on his skin for a long time. That's when it can start causing rashes and reactions. But when it's a bigger size, then that way it's not so much in touch with his skin. If it fills up, but at least, you know, it's not really hugging onto his skin and ended up, you know, causing all these other reactions. So especially at night, they don't really encourage you to wake your baby up to change him unless if it's done a poop, because babies need the sleep. So if you know, at night you can just pop on a bigger size, so that way the nappy, you know, it's not too full, and when it gets too full, it's not stuck on his body. So yeah, that's a tip. Wipes, it's up to you what wipes you want to use. I've tried quite a few, and you know, there's some that I like, some I don't like. If you can try, especially for the first few weeks, you can get a cotton pad and just use water, but sometimes that can be long. I just used wipes, and I just got myself a baby wipes warmer, which you must have watched the video. But yeah, I just used those. I prefer the water-based ones. It's up to you, because you don't want too many chemicals on your baby's skin, because there's soap, there is the wipes, there's the cream, there's the nappies, because the nappies have the chemicals. You can even smell them when your baby's at the wee, that there's just chemicals on there. So there's just a lot of, you know, stuff going on your baby's skin. So I was trying to limit those chemicals as much as possible. But then again, some babies don't even have a reaction and all of that, so it comes down to your baby really, whether it's got sensitive skin or not. But if I've got the energy and the time, I try to use cotton pads, and you just clean up properly so that you don't give him further reactions. After changing, you're going to need a baby bin, darling. Yes, a baby bin. It helps to keep all of the odor of the soiled nappies inside the bin, because when you just pop them in the kitchen bin or in the bathroom bin, it can stink. Yeah, oh gosh, it can stink in your house. It will not smell very nice. So I would encourage you to get a baby bin. By chance, I got mine from Aldi. You know how these shops just get stuff that you just have to bump into them and buy them straight away because you won't see them anymore. So I managed to get my Angel Care baby bin from Aldi, although you can still find it on Amazon. It was £9 with 3 changing discs. That was a good offer. That was amazing. The bin is not even that expensive, but girl, it works. It doesn't make our room or our, because we've got an ensuite, so it doesn't stink or anything until you open it, but you put your nappy in. Once you close it, that's it. And it works. It wasn't a £50 bin, but guess what, darling, it does the job. Okay, so get something that you keep in your room or whatever in the bathroom, that when you finish changing your baby, it's not stinking the house, right? Again, a pram or a push chair where you're going to be pushing your baby. In this time, you're not going to be needing much of a carry cart, if I'm to be honest with you, because you are not going to be going out a lot with your baby anyway, unless you live in an area where it's close to a park and you like to take your baby for a walk. But you can always use the car seat connected to the pushing thing, and that's it really. Most of the time I think we've just used the carry cord, I think when he was just born, because there weren't as many restrictions. But as soon as we got into lockdown there and it got cold, so it's raining and we can't really go out with him anywhere, so I think we've used it about 2 or 3 times. So yeah, it's been a bit of a waste, to be honest, and soon he's gone. By the time things kind of fall back into by the time things kind of fall back into place, maybe he might not even want to be in it. It might be time for a stroller or a buggy. So yeah, if I'm to be honest, don't pump out a lot of money by getting a pram with the carry cord. Just get one with the car seat, so that once in the car seat, you go where you want to go, whether it's shopping or whatever it is, you come back and that's it. Okay, we'll move on to when you're cleaning your baby, you're bathing your baby, you're going to need something. Some people use the Angel Care bathing thing where you just put in the tub and your baby washes in the tub. I'm a bit skeptical when it comes to that, because it comes down to the chemicals that you use to clean your tub with, because obviously whatever chemicals you're using in everybody's tub or in the main bath, then obviously they can get on the baby's skin. So it's always safer to use to get your baby his or her own separate bath where you can bath him in there. And besides, it allows you to, but the bathroom can be really cold sometimes, so when it's a bath, you can bath him in the room, whether it's your bedroom or his bedroom, where the heating is on, he's nice and warm, it's small, and you can always get rid of the water and clean it properly with safe chemicals. So for the first few months you could try that, and then when he can see it, when he's ready, especially for those that have not bathed the baby, there are some nice baths now that just allows you to sit your baby. That way you're not really panicking on how you're going to wash your baby. So just have a look around really and see what's going to work best. It's all about finding what works best for you and for your house. It's all different. We're all different mothers, how we're going to be mothering and doing everything else. But I just thought that I'll share with you that getting a baby's bath is a good idea for the first few months, because you don't want the chemicals of in the bathroom and in the bath as well, to for him to inhale them and also to get on his skin. And then when he's old enough, then he can always have a bath in there. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Okay, so whilst we're still on the bathing side, when you've bathed the baby, you're going to need some nice soft sponges. I got mine from Boots, where they're not too rough on his skin, to wash him with. You're going to need some toiletries. So I made a video on toiletries, you know what to keep an eye on and stuff. You can watch it on my channel. So you're going to need some baby wash and a lotion, so something that's going to be good and moisturize his skin without causing too much harm or altering his skin condition. Okay, so some of the, if you're not careful, some of the baby's wash, they can dry the baby's skin, and some of the lotions can end up causing reactions. So it might seem like it's working, and then later on your baby can be triggered to have eczema or something like that. So just try to find something that's as chemical free, soap free as much as possible. So obviously starting off with some nice baby oil that's not scented. I use the Burton Bee ones. Burton Bee's one, it's a bit pricey, but according to my own research on the market, that was one of the best items on the market, without any you know, many synthetic chemicals that can cause harmful reactions. It was free from, I think, alcohol, sulfates, and all those other things that I mentioned last time. The only thing is, for me, I wanted to buy something that I knew I'll be able to still buy and afford in the long run, so I opted for the Dove, because Dove was fine. But the Burton Bees one, it's completely free from all those things, so you shouldn't expect it to cause any kind of, or to trigger eczemas and all those kind of things. But then again, I used the baby oil. It was fine. And then I tapped into the Dove lotion and all of that kind of stuff. So his skin is better now with the Dove. So all you need is, some kids really didn't even get a reaction from other products like Johnson & Johnson, although, you know, I've heard a lot of people complain that it can cause reactions. It's just some stuff in there, but they've all, you know, made different products now. I've seen a lot of reviews on the cotton. Is it the Cotton Fresh? So I've not looked into the ingredients really. I like looking into the ingredients. I mean, that's my job as a nutritionist, to look at what's in the food, or what's in, you know, what's gonna, and how is it going to harm your body. So I've kind of adopted that system now with the baby's toiletries, to look into what's in there, why is it in there, and how is it going to help or disturb your body. So yeah, some towels. So once you take your baby out, you're going to need to wrap him up with something. Now I did something different. So a lot of people get those nice small towels with the hoodies that you use for a few months, but now babies grow big time. They grow before you know it. I did it with my first girl, and I bought her a few of those hooded towels for babies, and before you knew it, her legs were sticking out, and I couldn't even wrap her around properly, and I've wasted a lot of money, you know, buying those. So what I did that I found helpful was just to get normal towels. I will make a separate video on how to pick proper towels, good quality towels for your babies now. So I just bought some good quality bath towels and some bath sheets for my son. That way I can use them as long as I can without having to buy towels at each stage. Do you get what I mean? So just be mindful of the long term. I was being mindful of the long term. I just didn't want to buy the same thing of, you know, same category that I bought last time. So it kind of take you 10 steps back. There are some things that you can avoid, but obviously you need to bear that in mind. Okay, so we move on to toys or baby entertainment. That's the last bit, so that's the 10th one. So you're going to need some swings or a rocker. I have got the Joey swing, so it can swing him whilst it's facing that way, and you can swing him whilst it's facing this way and that way, so he loves it. The trick was to put him in there from the day he was born, so I'll swing him for like 2 minutes, and then when he's, because obviously he's used to being in my belly and it feels weird, so he is going to cry, so I'll just put him for 2 minutes. The next time it's like 5 minutes, so I was very persistent. I try to just put him in there, and then when he's irritated I take him out. Why do you need to take the baby out as soon as he's agitated or he starts crying? You don't want him to create a negative association with that swing. Okay, it's just like when you get on a bus or whatever, a ride. So for me, for example, there are some rides at a theme park that I've been on, and because of how I felt when I was on them, I created a negative association with those things, and then now I don't even want to get on them. That's what babies do. That's how the human mind works. Okay, so it can create a negative association and a positive association. So once he creates that positive association with that swing, he won't cry all the time, or you know, that kind of thing. But a lot of people just put babies in there, make them feel abandoned, and now a child is going to feel like, oh, mom is putting me in here because she's teaching me. But it's supposed to be playtime, and don't put your baby in the swing when he's agitated as well. So put him so that he's having a happy time and is playful, or when he wants to sleep. But when you put him in there and he's grumpy or irritated or agitated, he's not going to want to be in it. So it's all about how you go about it. A lot of people saying to me, oh, you're getting stuff that your baby's not going to use because their babies didn't use it. I didn't care, honey. I was gonna try. Why? Because I knew I was gonna have chores. I knew I was gonna need some me time. I knew there were things I was gonna need to do whilst the baby, because babies can get quite clingy. So if they don't know how to play by themselves or how to be entertained by other things besides you, you're gonna be in trouble, and I didn't want to be in that trouble. I love my son, but at the same time, the house needs me to look after certain things. So, and you need you as well. So sometimes I just pop him in there when I'm doing the dishes or loading the dishwasher, or maybe hovering whilst he's playing in there, or maybe when he wants to sleep, or he's just being and he just wants to sleep, I can just put him there. Once he swings him, then he puts him to sleep. He loves the swing, and he's developed that good relationship with the swing. We've got the rocker. We've got the Baby Beyond rocker. I loved it. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it online and I was watching the reviews, etc. So I would say the good thing about it is obviously it's more on the pricier side, etc. But when I was watching the video, I've got to be honest with you about this. It is dope. It's good. But then again, you have to be sitting there and you've got to be rocking him. So they did a clever thing so that you were there interacting with him whilst you're rocking the baby. And sometimes he just rocks to sleep and then he just sleeps, but you have to be there. Would I have bought it if I'd known? Probably not. I would have probably bought something that just rocks it itself. Do you get what I mean? So that way, if I need to do anything, maybe to take the laundry out, I'm not having to stop the rocking. At least it's still rocking whilst I'm taking the laundry out and hanging the laundry. So yeah, I love it. He loves it though. That's the thing. It's one of his favorite gadgets or entertainment. So yeah, you're going to need that. Although you can still get I think it's the Mamaru one that's got the swing and the rocker. So there are some that you could get where they've got both, so that way you save space in your house, because now you've got the swing, you've got the rocker, you've got the pillow, you've got this, you need space for tummy time, etc. So it ends up looking like a playhouse. But yeah, that's what it means to have a baby. Your whole world turns into a different world. But yeah, those are the things I've got to share with you. I won't get into much detail because I don't want to bore you guys, but I'm going to be breaking it down in terms of bathing essentials. And also don't forget some formula. I will create a separate video on how to pick the right formula for your baby, regardless of what the labels are saying. I know that sometimes labels can be misleading, but that's what I've done as my job anyway, to just look into labels and look into ingredients and look into that, so I kind of look at everything with one eye closed, one eye open. To be like, okay, I know you're saying you're the best or you're good, but what is it about that? What have you added? Is it good? Why? How does it affect? So you kind of got to have that mind. Don't just fall for what you're seeing in front of you or fall for what everybody's saying, but you've got to see and find out what works for you in the long term, in terms of price, in terms of your baby, etc. So that's what I've got for you guys. Those are my 10 baby products, or 10 baby essentials that I would encourage you to get. If you feel there's anything else that you could add on to, if you're a mom and you're watching this video, can you just please comment down below if there's anything that they could add on to it as an essential or product. If not, if you're still with me, please give me a thumbs up. Just give me a like, and also don't forget to subscribe. Until we see each other, or we meet each other, I'll leave you with this video. Have a lovely day, guys.